Hello parents, I hope you are well and I hope the exams are keeping you sane. How are you with the exams and the little ones, the lazy ones? They're always having excuses. I'm guessing, Mommy, I studied, Dad, I studied. No, I was just studying under the blanket. No, I'm using my phone to go to Google Class. Oh, guys. But anyway, hi parents, my name is Marungu Machisa. This is my second video of the village. Among the other videos that are on my channel, please scroll around and you're going to see other videos that I've done previous years. But this is the second one that I'm doing as the village. I wanted to introduce now. Most of people are asking, what are your Lantuka, what are your services exactly when you are putting them together. So as I mentioned that I'm just busy putting everything together before I can do the actual full launch, but I want parents at the moment to have a preview of exactly what we are all about. So we have, as a village, put the structure into different categories. I have a structure that deals with the village academic support. It's called village academic support. Under that structure, there's got a lot of services because we as families, we are going through different things, similar things but different things, and we are also having different children in terms of the character and who they are. So we cannot be able to do one formula for one child and then we think that is going to work. Even in your household, I normally say my children, there are two totally different characters, so how I'm handling them is going to be totally different. So that's how as well I created the structure of the village for the parents, so that we can be able to find out who this child is and what type of project that or program that is going to be enrolled into. So I've got the village academic support. Then it's involving the parental support services, which is I will unpack it for you. And then we also have school partnership programs, which is I will be actually concentrating on the schools particularly, and with the programs that I will do. So I will partner with the schools, then bring the programs to the schools, because there are parents maybe sometimes won't be even able to afford or to be able to do that. So the similar programs that I will do sometimes with the parent, I will also do it at school. Like I will make an example, the sex education. I can always do that on one-on-one with the parent and the child, but at the same time I can also target the broader number of kids, because sometimes kids also react better when they're with other kids, because there's that laughing and sharing and others trying to prove a point where they know this information. As I mentioned, I was running a program with a primary school, doing a workshop to prepare them for high school. There are a lot of information that I got when they're in a group. It will be different when the child sometimes is alone. So there's always a vice versa in these things. So anyway, so that is my second part of this. So the first one is the parent support services. I'm going to unpack it. What is it all about quickly? And then the second one is the school partnership programs. And then we have the primary high school transition workshops, which is actually is a different package on its own, because that package as well, I will explain to you what is it all about. Then most of people, they did ask pricing as well. I think everybody's worried about pricing, that you are bringing a lot of information and things that you're gonna do. I hope you're not gonna charge us an arm and a leg. I will try to take the arm and leave the leg, because you need to go to work so you can pay. But anyway, so on the academic, and then I have other services. I will also have a separate video, because I don't want to make long videos about services that are not, they are interlinked, but I'm offering 4 services at the village. They are touching the home, the school, and actually the families, then the community. Then the other one is just my extra gig that I do, like events planning. Actually, it's a very huge thing, because I will explain when I'm doing the events planning how I run my events plan and all that as an events planner. But now let's dig in. The Village Academic Support Services is basically dealing with 3 structures or 3 sections. I've got the Parent Support Services. So basically it's designed for parents who wish to understand how to better their support system with their children, academically, emotionally, and on a behavioral level. As I mentioned, that my background at the moment has working with the students at the high school, it has exposed me that I don't know much of what's happening behind the scenes. We all have houses. They say that they've got 4 walls, and there's a saying that you don't know what's happening behind those 4 walls, literally, until something comes to your table, and then you realize, well, people are going through a lot. People are not coping. People are dealing with a lot of things, and this parenting is becoming exhausting, So these are the things that we need to be honest about, so that we can be able to reset, or we can be able to rehabilitate as a society and in our homes. So the village is going to be actually handling things like that as well, so that we can be able to find ways. I'm not saying that I'm going to resolve all the situations that in our homes, but I'm going to be part of that vehicle. I made a decision that I'm going to be part of their vehicle that actually brings a positive in a society. So we will have I'll be guiding and also having tools. That is, I will bring practical resources and videos like this to help parents to create a structure of a home and how to manage exam stress, or the academic progress, and also how to track it effectively. Because sometimes our children, like as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you're gonna say, how far are you? Like just yesterday, I was asking my son that, can you please get out of the room? I want you to study in the table, because I have picked up that you are busy with the phone. So there's no way that you can have a phone and also at the same time expect that you're going to get information in your head, because while you are studying, somebody else is sending you a WhatsApp and all that. Of course, he was telling me that he's using Google Class and all those kind of stuff. So I said, we have a computer, let's use a computer, let's leave the phones there. So those are the things that practical advices that I will share with the parents, and teach them as well how to push back without being shouting, because I think the main thing, we love shouting. So I'm trying to us to get out of that, so that we can be able to actually to teach in a relaxed space. Then I will also consult. I will have sessions where the parents are having a behavioral or disciplinary situation. So that means we will come in as an intervention in those homes or in those situations, with over 15 years of experience managing the disciplinary matters on different platforms of society, from high school, from university, from society, from even leadership in the corporate. So, and I think the last 3 years I've been a chairperson of the disciplinary committee. I kind of brought, I'm bringing an insight that within a supporting, like I'm bringing an insight on what I have experienced and what I've applied on different platforms with the parents. So that as well will come handy, because I've learned how to deal with things without using emotion, so that I can be able to be in a space that is going to be constructive when I'm giving my feedback to the parent and the child, and also having a solution, because the society that we have is so easy to point fingers, but it's difficult to come with solutions. Then I will have exam campaigns, which is it's normally going to be coming closer to the exams. In those exam campaigns, I will offer packages of the exam papers, like question papers, the study guides, because they will be using a weekly planner throughout the year. So during the exam time, we're going to pack the weekly planner, because everything changes during the exams. So I will equip the parents with the package. Firstly, that is a soft copy that you can be able to get through email, and then you can print it for your household, which is I will have a session with the parent and the child on how to use those resources, so that it can be effectively used, and then the parent can be able to relax, knowing that there is something happening with this child to actually to up their grades. Then I will also have sessions or consultations for parents who are needing subject choices. for grade 9. It's mostly for grade 9. This is one of the complicated and frustrating one, I need to be honest, because these are two people. The other one has got a dream for you, which is the parent, and then also the other child, the child is having their own dreams, and some of them the kids are scared to communicate or tell the parent what they want to do, because the parent is already giving an indication that you're not going to do ABCD because this is what I want. So they end up going, like my son is very soft. He will just take whatever that you are saying and he's going to do it. So I'm starting to teach him to come out of that. And like, listen, I know you mentioned that you wanted to do medicine, but I can see it looks like you're no longer interested in it. So talk to me. What is it? So he actually confessed that he doesn't think that he wants medicine anymore. He realized that, but he is going to still try to see if he can do it. He's still got a few months to make that decision. So and then I said, listen, let's do exploration. Let's explore. What else that you would want to do? And then she mentioned that something with computer and software and what. Unfortunately, that's the kids of ours today, which is fortunate. In fact, they are having all the choices in their hands, and we need to grab that and find out how can we work around. So the village is going to be able to find creative ways to find what can be suitable for your child in terms of career. And then we have career guidance. Remember, we have subject choices on grade 9 parents, and then we're going to have grade 10 to grade 12 parents. I will be running sessions with the parent and the child again on career guidance. This is also frustrating because, again, it's still an issue. At the beginning, there's an issue of subjects, which is the subjects are pushing you to go to choose a career. So now we have chosen the subjects, but you're still not sure what. Now there are a lot of options as well that are happening there, and the parent wants to take this option and the other parent wants you to take this option on the subject that you have chosen. So this side, I'm going to be assisting on the side of grade 10 to 12 on the career choices, and we are going to be working like live, where they are going to be the one going to internet and check what is the pass rate first of the institution that you want, what career that you want, where is it offered, and then what are the pass rates for that, so that the person is motivated prior grade 10, before grade 12, to do well at school, so that they can achieve what they want to be, because they're going to see the results. And what we will do every year, at the end of the year, I will get the results with the parents that I will have contracts with them and said, let's do a review. Do you think at this point in time you're going to enter the university and get your software developer career? And the child is going to say, now, but, oh, okay, fine. So what is it that we can be able to improve? Because now you're in grade 10 and we need to do better in grade 11, so that we can actually show that the parents that we are serious about this. So those are the conversations and sessions that I will have. I normally have very easy conversations, and children respond better when it's not a parent, because they don't feel like they need to prove, they need to have to explain and to please, more than anything to please. They are not pleasing me, but they just want to get information. And I will explain as well about the disadvantages and advantages of the courses, and with an ear of the parent that I already spoken to you on the other sessions. So that is one of the main things that we will be covering at the village. Then we have the high school readiness. The high school readiness, people, they take it for granted. I normally love telling a story. My husband once was then a boyfriend then, was going to Germany, and they were going to build the ship, the submarine. There was a submarine that they were going to be building, and also the Amadola ship. So he was one of those group that was chosen to go to Germany at that time. So when they were going there, the interesting about it is that the Navy, he was working for the Navy at that time, the Navy made sure that they're going to have an experience of Germany before they leave. I remember one particular part where they took them to, I think, Cape Union Math, yes, to buy the jacket for winter, because they were going to arrive in winter. So they were put in a freezer, like it's a whole big fridge thingy. You're going to choose a jacket and the clothes that you're going to wear with the temperature of Germany, so that you don't buy something just because it look warm, but would it stand the snow and the coldness of Germany? Especially as a South African, we don't fully experience snow. So, and because they picked up most of people in Germany who are coming from these countries to do work, they were not coping with the winter of that side, and they end up quitting, not because they are not capable of doing their job, but they were no longer coping with the conditions that they found there because no one prepared them. And then one of the other things that came out from me on that preparation was the restaurants. Apparently, a restaurant can be so packed and it have one waiter. So now you imagine you're a South African, you're so used to waiters that are moving around, they even harass you, but do you need anything? I still fine. So now you are having a waiter that is serving the whole shop. That is good. Almost 50 people maybe. So the waiter, they were taught that when the waiter comes in to your table, you order everything from drinks, starters, main meal, and the dessert, so that you don't wait for the person to come back, because it might take another hour for them to come back, and you cannot make a tantrum. So that means you need to order everything so that when it comes, or else you're going to wait. So though basically that principle, that's what I'm applying at the village, because we don't prepare our children to go to high school. We get excited, yes, they are going to high school, but do we actually lay a foundation for them? Because there are a lot of things that are happening at high school, and we need to be honest that is their prime stage of teenager, which is they are prone to be introduced to so many things, and they are vulnerable because they are trying to find themselves and the identity. That is why you find your child at the age of 13 is actually acting so weird and is out of the blue, is interested to sex and talks and all those kind of stuff, trying to show themselves that they are women and all that. Remember, they are seniors now, are grade 12s who are already getting out of the teenage stage, so they are trying to copy whatever that the grade 12s, maybe for example, they are doing, and also they are getting new friends and they are trying to fit in because they lost their friends in primary. So grade 8 is always very, very, very a sensitive stage that I realized in the last 3 years, because I worked on a disciplinary committee, and I've received children young as 13 going for a hearing because they tested positive on substance abuse, and the parent has a shocker of a lifetime. They never saw it coming because the sweet little girl is no longer in primary. So this is what basically I will be working with the parents to bring resources, coaching, and also to prepare their mind that you're no longer going to be dealing with your little baby boy or baby girl. Now the child is growing to be a young person that is going to be in an environment of high school, and the high school environment is no longer that eggshell of primary where everybody is behind you. Why you did you need to do things on your own. That is that part of it. And I will also do the grade 12 to prepare them for varsity, which is again is a big stage because now they are completely independent. No mommy is going to be waking them up with at home. They need to rely on their alarm, and the lecturer is not going to bother if you don't attend the lecturer for the whole year. They are going to give you a 0 with no reasons and without even knowing your name, because it's got another 100 people at university. So it comes very nice when you've been in that situation, when you've done actually those mistakes, and then you are able to share with the parent and the child that this is the situation that you're going to be facing at university. And yes, there is a good side of everything, even in high school, but we need to start putting our claws on our children in terms of preparing them for the thingy, like the Germany story. Then we have tutor recommendations. I will have set up a network of tutors. I will vet them and see how are they doing. I'll check the references so that when the parents, because I'm not a tutor, I don't think I will ever tutor. Literally, I doubt very much, but I will ever tutor any subject. But I just assisted, a child that was struggling with physics. So I requested for the study guide that is going to be used for exams. Then I pull out the information that is related to that, and then I gave him the paper, the question paper. I said, I have the memo. I want you to do this question paper, and then you bring it back to me so that I can mark it. Sometimes I ask them to mark it themselves so that I can be able to see where they're struggling. Then out of that question paper, I picked up that she's struggling on econometrics and electric circuit and investigative questions. So it didn't need me to understand physics, but actually I would never know physics, and I made peace. I don't want to know physics, but I understood exactly where the child is struggling. Then I reported to the parent that, okay, we are going to be zooming in on these 3 areas because they are the ones that he didn't do very well with them. This is before the exams. That was 2 days before the exams. Then we started going to other question papers, now zooming in, but without forgetting the other areas because that can easily be overlooked. So out of that, by the time we're finishing to practice for the 2 days, he was more comfortable with his definitions and investigating questions and the electronics. So we knew now that if there can be a bit of a hiccup on the exam, it will be ergonomics. Oh, guys, this is from the day. But anyway, so that is what I will be bringing on the village. And then that is the first part of the village academic support. So everything is kind of like is revolving around the child and the parent, because I want to make sure that the parents, I'm taking away that strain of not knowing if they are studying or they are understanding the thing. Sometimes the kids are studying, but they actually don't understand what they are doing and all that. But they've been given an instruction that they need to study, and they are going to take the instruction because they are children. But are you aware exactly? So the quizzes that I will give is the questions, and it's 10 minutes, 10 questions or 10 minutes exercises, because you don't want to overwhelm them. So in that 2 hours, maybe it's going to do about 4 quizzes, but in different stages, so that we can cover all the subjects, or also all the topics on that subject. Then the second phase is the one that I've mentioned on the academic supports of the village, is the school partnership programs. This one I will ask the parents even to refer me to your schools, especially if you see that there's a gap that needs to be filled. I'm here. With the programs that I will be offering. So it's a structured collaboration with schools under the initiative that the village academic support in schools. So that means I will have a banner of the academic support in schools, and the other one was in homes. So I hope you are starting to get my vision of home, school, and the society. So there will be learners workshop on the relevant school topics. It will depend. For example, I just finished my school topic for anti-bullying. So I created a very nice banner, an easy one, a fun one. In fact, the kids they are not remembering. My kids came back at home. Yo, mommy, when you introduced that at school, everybody now is talking about a star, And I said to the kids, there must be a star. You will be so amazed. I don't want to reveal it now, what is the star, because I gave it to my school, that concept, and I want them to own it. But every child at the school right now is talking about the star, but it's actually a campaign for anti-bullying. But at the same time, it brings a positive message to them, because most of the time we're like, don't. So now I'm like, what kind of a concept that I can create for the kids to be positive, while actually the message says do not bully. So I will bring such programs at school, and that are going to be fun, but at the same time the message is going across. Play hard and work hard. And then we have teacher collaboration to strengthen the parents' communication. This is one of the main areas that, I remember at my first year, I was struggling to communicate with the teachers, especially a certain particular teacher. Not that the teacher was wrong, but she didn't know how to communicate with me. And if she's upset about something that never did, kids are going to do things at school. Like kids are gonna, these are teenagers. They are giving gray hair in our houses. How much at school the people that are not actually their parents? That's how they think. So I will have some sessions with a parent, coming as a parent and workshopping the teachers on how we can be able to co-parent this child of mine, and all those kind of stuff. So that means they can be able to know, because most of other parent teachers are not even parents yet. So you can imagine now he's dealing with 32 children, is the parent of 32 kids in a class. that must be overwhelming, and they need to still have to do their own admin and all this kind of stuff. So I will train the teachers, because I have a very extensive years of administration skills, so that can come handy as well. So I will have certain packages, and also things that they can be able, practical tools that they can do in a class. I think that has helped me as well when I worked at the school, because I'm very much involved with my school as an SGB. I just don't come for attending meetings. I walk in the school, I watch what's happening in the school. Not that it's an intrusive thing, but for actually the school enjoys it, because I'm able to have a better insight and input when I'm advising, when they need me as an SGB. Then recently, the last 2 years, I was awarded by my school to train. I always get a bell when I'm actually recording. I'll just be back now. Hi, that's the village. I'm having kids, so they're coming back from school. So you please forgive me when you are hearing some voices. I think it just needs to be natural, as it was. That's what happens in our household. Hi guys, I'm on the, and you can put it here. I'm on the video. How was school? It was good. Okay, I'll talk to you guys now. I'm just going to finalize. Can you close the garage for me? So where was I? I was just saying that I was awarded an opportunity to train the prefects. One of my best gigs ever. One of my best. I enjoy training young leaders, and I've equipped them with amazing concepts. And we did a pizza concept as part of my training, which is in those licenses I took schools, what do you call it, not code of conduct, what is that thing? Values. Yes, that's my child coming from the school. Values. I took the values of the school and put them in a slice of pizza, and then we are going to be choosing each slice per term, 2 slices per term of pizza, on which is the values like respect and all. No, you don't have to scroll, no one is going to see you. And then we also, so in those, that means in a certain term, we're going to concentrate to the key values that we are choosing on that slice of pizza. You can imagine the project that can come out of that at the school. We can even have pizza days, and then it means we are choosing a best slice. Kids can come with a slice of pizza at school. There's a lot of concept that, we can always incorporate at the school based on the culture of that school. For that, I am here, please tell you, and the kids will have fun, and they need to bring a different environment at school as well, because sometimes we want to resolve issues, especially of discipline, with a hammer, with a fist. Sometimes you just need to change a strategy and bring something positive, and children will actually respond better. And then, as I mentioned, that there's a teacher coaching, which is a co-parenting as well. And then there's a positive campaigns that I would also bring, excluding the ones from the prefects. I would normally like the prefects to have their campaign that they're going to run for the year for the school before they leave their term. So those are the things that it's basically sex education on a parental side of view. It's very important at school that we start doing that, because there are a lot of things happening. The other day, guys, I'm a parent, guys, I'm literally a parent. I'm so a parent, I can't believe myself. I'm getting out of my school the other day. Then there is these kids from a different school. They are busy kissing. They are busy kissing each other during the school time. They are in uniform on the streets. I stopped the car and I was, guys, what's going on? Why are you not at school? And the way that they were so shocked, I said, I am taking you to your school so that they can see what you guys are doing and your parents. The way they were crying, they were so, I'm so sorry, ma'am. I said, get out of here, go to school. Should I ever see you like this? Somebody else was like, that is the village. I don't even know whose children or those ones, who the parents are. But I said, should I ever see you again? This is my last warning. In fact, I have a nerve of going to school because I've got a very good memory. I will find you in a crowd. So we need to start doing that. That used to happen in the olden days. We need to start being proactive, and we don't act when things have happened when the child is pregnant. Whereas, no, these kids of their schools, they are very unruly. What you always see them on the street doing that. What have you done that as a parent? So those are the teachings that as well I will bring at school, that we should start having educations like this and teaching kids to take responsibility even about the sex, because they are actually sexually active. There are kids who are sexually active as early as grade 8, and if we take that for granted, we are in a doomed society. Hence, we need to start acting on that. So the village will be bringing that at schools as well, more than we are also doing it at the homes, because we need to balance that. Because if we are fixing one side and the other one is not fixed, we are not ever going to be level. So we need to start coming together as parents to support the schools, because schools, they need us. It's embarrassing the parents that are not involved on school programs. They are completely not involved. So I will try to bring the projects that can be able to bring the parents to get involved on their children's future. That is not academic only. And then that was basically the third thingy. The pricings for this are going to be so different. We're going to have an exam support package, which is, it's just going to be documents that I will send per term for the parents who are asking for them. It will start from 150 rand, 150, which is the material, the time that I've put, because when you are giving me your subject for me to create exam questions, which is, you're going to give me your scope. I don't know if they are still using scope, because I know in most of the schools now they are not using scope, but they give you topics. So you're going to give me the topics that you're going to cover. So the village will generate possible questions that can come out of that, and also sometimes send the package of exam question papers that you can use. Normally I'll also give you the links, because their website, you can actually test yourself and get the immediate results. So kids, the more they practice, especially the maths and physics kids, they need to practice. So those quizzes are very good for those for the kids, especially those who are not doing very well on their grades, to have a constant practice. I've learned one thing: if you are practicing something, you are able to end up mastering it, even if you didn't understand it. So the exam package will come is that I will put the prices properly, because I'm still working on the prices based on what type of material that I'll be giving. Then that material, I can send it as an email. It will have just once off price. You get it. Then if the parent says, Mrs. Machisa, and I don't have time, I don't even understand the yonke and it up, can you be able to manage this program for my child up to the end of the exams? By all means, I will have to put you on the slots. Then that will have a different package, because each session now would have to be charged for that. I'll tell you something about the charging. And then that means the content of the exam package will have a personalized study plan, which is, you will have a study plan. That means if your exams is being written on the 13th, you should be studying on the 12th, doing a revision. But a day before that, or 2 days before that, even if it's a weekend, you will see, I will make sure that the child is doing something on weekend for 2 hours. Saturday, 2 hours. The break will be on Friday, because they've been writing the whole time and exams, and they're coming on Friday. They just need a bit of a breather. So I will give the child a day off on a Friday, but I need my 2 hours on Saturday, and I also need my 2 hours on Sunday, so that we can be able to cover the difficult subjects and practice the difficult subject before that. Maybe the person is writing maths on Monday or Tuesday, it doesn't matter when, but on Saturday we need to have 4 hours of availing yourself as a child to actually be able to pass or to improve your grades. Because the main thing, our children are completely not slow, or they are not academically challenged, but they are lazy, and the social net, the technology has actually made their brain becoming redundant, because everything they are thinking about. So I normally prefer the parents to print out the paper, so that they don't use their gadgets. They write, because on the exams you are writing on the paper, so they must get used to write that. So what I've picked up, I even asked sometime at my son, but what happened? So my son would say, no, mommy, you know what happened? So basically, when you are using a gadget, there's always going to be those pop-ups and all that. So you are thinking, oh, there's that WhatsApp that I didn't. It even happens on adults. So a paper, it makes a different atmosphere. It changes the attitude. But I am serious. That is why exams are like this. So now you are making your child to practice on a TV and the phone. but this person is going to go and write on a paper. So at the village, we are not encouraging to use the phones when you are actually practicing as a child. So that means I send the documents on the package that are papers that you can be able to print, then you bring it at home so that the child can practice from that. We have put a desk that the child is going to sit in that desk, and then the girls are sitting normally on the table. They prefer to sit on the table, and it's closer to the fridge. So that is basically cover that. And the teacher's feedback templates. The feedback template is designed for the teacher to highlight the areas that your child is struggling with, and then the parent will send it to me. Then when I'm compiling the package, I will highlight, and even the question papers will be more stronger on the areas that the child is so there's a lot of thought and there's a lot of work that comes behind it. So the package, you will see it. And then the reflective page, which is now there's a page that the child needs to reflect about what, so every subject that is doing before the exams, I need to get that reflecting page so that we can see if there's anything that is going to highlight that is not comfortable. But how did you find it? What was more difficult in that practice? Which areas that you think that we should I should still touch that you're not comfortable with? Then we quickly work on that. So for the parents that will choose the package or the contract of me doing the exams with their child throughout, they will have the advantage of the fact that I have more knowledge and insight and patience to work with your child. Otherwise, the parents are more than welcome to those who are capable to or mangati capable, actually those who are available to assist their children. So it's very easy for everyone else can be able to catch in when they want to do it. And then we have customized quizzes and with memo. So the parents, I'll send them the memo, separate page, so that the child can do the work, and then the parent can do the memo. I even give the kids to actually to mark themselves, and then you as a parent, you do the analysis. But sometimes the parents are like, yo, you're wrong or wrong. But no, it's not that bad, 60. We still want that 100. What happened to the 40? At least let's try to explain what happened to the 20. So at least we know that you are on 80 or on a 70 for the exams. So it's very important that we check that why you didn't understand these questions. So before I used to just to check the questions, I used to assess my son, but I'm like, no, okay, fine, no, it's not that bad. I'm so tired at that time. I want to go back and sleep, and my husband is saying, hi, sweetheart, are you done? So, but now I realized that it was not effective. I need to go and drill in. But this is important when you're doing it 2 days before the exams, because if you're going to find out the night before exams go 9 o'clock, it's already late. So which is for me at that time, I'm no longer also doing any work. But I have assisted the kids like 2 days ago. We finished at 9. I remember the other one was saying, I'm sorry, no, you're not tired. I know. You sleep at 11. Watching TV, soccer and all that. Now when you are having a school stuff, you're having time, you need to sacrifice the way that you're sacrificing. So most of the time the parents are saying, yo, there's a lot of things that are being paid for the kids. There's a lot of money that comes to these kids, and what. I said to one of the parents, I'm sure she will mention it as a maybe motivation, because he was not embarrassed about it. And I said, it's interesting how we are comfortable to I just want to put my charger, please. Okay. It's interesting how comfortable we are to we can buy anything for our kids. I mean, the games that they are asking you get so shocked about. I bought a game, 50 rand, 60 rand. But eventually, sometimes you give and give. Takeaways. How many takeaways we are eating with our children? Like if you go, I'm not saying people that must not go to the restaurant and must not eat takeaways. Please don't get me wrong. But my point is that our priorities as parents are so skewed. All of us. Including myself. I will check the phone my son is having. But I will be comfortable to get the phone. But I am not comfortable to invest on his education for future and development. So what I'm trying to say is that in order for us to make changes in the situation that our children and our society is in, is also to start compromising and changing our thinking and the way we are doing things, because it's not working out. And I'm not saying because everything is perfect, I'm completely on the same swimming of fighting for the phone. I don't know how many times my son's phone has been confiscated at school, and I'm here talking about as if I've got it all. So I don't have it all. So what I'm trying to say, that let's keep on trying and let's keep on implementing. Eventually it starts sticking in, and they start understanding, well, why are we doing that? So I will be definitely. So what I'm trying to say is that look at your investment, where it lies. 10 years down the line, they will be buying their own cell phones and their own pizzas and their own whatever that they want to buy. So I think for me, it's very important that we look it into that way, that I'm investing now for future, because if you're not, you are still going to be buying him pizzas and cell phone at the age of 30, because he's no longer be able to take care of himself and herself. We have seen this playing on the society in so many ways. So thank you very much. That is basically the packages that we are having, the first package that we are having of the one. That is one of the most important one for me. Not that the other ones that I'm going to be sharing next time, they are not important, but this is one of our Landoga flags of the village. So thank you very much, and once again you will see my details and the email address and the WhatsApp number. I'm just finalizing my website, as I'm said. It's having I'm not the one who's building it. Someone else is doing my website. They were talking about domain, buying a domain. I just want the website working. So I'm just waiting for her to finalize that, and but she's doing a great job. I'm happy with the progress of the work right now, and I don't like to rush it so that I don't make mistakes. So I'm looking forward to, please contact me if you are feeling that in one of these packages that I've mentioned, you are interested in it and you want to be part of it. The prices we will discuss and take it from there. Thank you so much.